One of the challenges we faced in our investigation is that we were not getting the necessary cooperation and the information that we needed from G4S for us to be able to conduct our investigation. Now, with regards to the dismissed officials or suspended officials of G4S, it is a matter that is handled by G4S. That's a matter that we will get into from now on, now that we have taken over the management of Mangaung Correctional Facility. This is a media briefing of the Department of Correctional Services. That's why you don't see G4S here. So that is to answer the question about where is G4S. On the matter of whether the contract is going to be cancelled, I have indicated whilst reading the statement that we have referred the contract and the concession documents to legal advice. We have indicated as the department, I think even last year, that we have taken a decision not to renew the contracts of public-private partnership agreements for the managing of our facilities. So when this contract ends in 2026, the Department of Correctional Services will take over. But between now and then, we are taking legal advice on how to treat the relationship that the department has with the contractor. G4S has not considered that the body that was found in cell 35 is not the body of Thabo Bester. They have even issued out a media statement to that regard. This is not the first incident that the department has dealt with, and by saying that I mean the first security incident. There have been incidents over the years. The department has come in through its monitoring mechanism to deal with those incidents and ensure that the contractor takes responsibility. But this one is one of its kind, in the sense that it has multiple role players. Our investigation report is pointing to basically a lack of security management at this facility. All systems that were supposed to hold on the day that the escape happened did not hold at all. And the most worrying factor is that the human factor played a major role in this escape. Now that points to an institution that is basically paralyzed with regards to security systems, and hence as a department we have taken a decision to invoke section 112. With regards to the charges that the officials that we have served with suspension notices, officials of the Department of Correctional Services are facing, basically is based on the role that they played with regards to the task that they have to monitor and oversee how the contractor does its work in terms of the contract. I have indicated that one of the officials is actually Director Contract Management. This is a named representative in terms of how the contract works, and this is the person who, as a senior manager, was supposed to ensure that we don't have these types of breaches. I've indicated that we have a controller and a deputy controller. These are operational managers who are based at this facility on behalf of the Department of Correctional Services on a daily basis. So it is on the basis of that and coming out of the investigation report that we have seen a need to suspend these officials. The specific charges will be obviously proffered when we are done with the final work we are doing on the investigation. Well, with regards to the statement on other disturbing practices, in the institution, I've indicated in the media statement that there was a vehicle that was allowed entry into the facility without a pass. And that's where the whole plan starts to kick in. So I've indicated that this being a high-tech correctional facility, we are not supposed to be sitting here wondering how a human being can be able, an offender can be able to escape without the necessary integrated security systems that are IT-based kicking in, including cameras. So those are the related incidents that one was referring to. I have already indicated that G4S has not conceded to the fact that there has been an escape here. Even though there is overwhelming scientific evidence that has been in the public domain for a lot of months now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. Let me take the last round. I'll prioritize those who are here to us. So you are number 1 now, number 2. Oh, okay, you be number 3 and number 4. We'll then verify if indeed your question was not answered, and then make it a point that we attend to that. So in that particular order, once more, your name, the institution that you represent, and let us try to be brief. And also, I usually don't want to say 1 or 2 questions because I understand, we can exercise control, ourselves. But if we can just keep it brief. Number 1.
I'm Shireen Pino from Network 320. So I just want to know what the DCD says about the fact that Thabo Bester drove this multi-million scam, construction company scam from prison. How is that possible?
Okay. Number 2.
Apumelele Mgalani from SABC News. There's been strong allegations from SAPU whereby they saying that their member was dismissed as a result of the fire. Now with these developments, will the person be reinstated? And also, this incident happened last year around May. Just want to find out why did it take so long for the DCS to come to update the citizens about the developments? Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Commissioner, Linda Mnisa again from News on Africa. You speak about a vehicle that brought in the body. Do we know from your CCTV footage, do we know how that body moved inside this facility, where it was kept, at what time it was moved into that particular prison cell? And number 2, your response around G4S raises questions around your relationship with them. There have been a number of reports that things soured way before this incident happened. Why is it that you are unable to take stringent measures against G4S if you're saying they aided this particular escape? Why is it that you're still taking legal advice and you're going to then decide at a later stage? Why not now? What's stopping you? Number 3, the team that you've established to trace, what are they telling you? Is Thabo Bester still in the country? Have they been able to trace him and see exactly what his movements are?
Thank you. Number 4, Andreas. You are covered.
Yeah, just accept that question around G4S's management and leadership and how there's been a clear breakdown here. It seems you're parachuting someone in to lead a G4S team that will still be operating on the ground. Do you have the buy-in of the workers here that are G4S affiliates, G4S employees, to be headed by a different person at the top in terms of correctional services?
Okay, that's
my question.
And then
the
yes.
identity of the cops.
Okay, that's all, and then you will then check if indeed your question has not been dealt with. Okay, Commissioner, that was the last round. If we can respond to it, thank you.
There are 2 questions that are related to the ongoing investigation that is in the hands of the South African Police Service. The first question is whether the body that was found has been identified. I will not be able to answer that question because the SAPS is still busy with the investigations. And also there is a question about the whereabouts. I will not also answer that question because the track and tracing team and also SAPS are still busy with the work. We need to appreciate the fact that there's been a lot of information in the public domain about this matter. And this information, some of it useful, some of it not useful, to the extent that it continues to compromise the ongoing investigation, especially on finding Bester. So those will be my answers to those security questions related to the investigation process. Let me indicate that the temporary manager that we have appointed is a DCS official with experience of running a super maximum correctional facility. Number one. Number two, the department in the past did take control of Mangaung Correctional Facility, and he was in the team. Number three, the officials that work at this facility who are appointed by G4S are appointed in terms of the Correctional Services Act. So we will then, from today, interact and consult with the employees here, and I'm definitely sure that work will continue as expected without any hindrance or serious challenges. The issue of the members of the employees of G4S that have been dismissed is one of those issues, obviously, that we will review with management. We did write to G4S through the controller to request reasons for such an action, but also to request an investigation report or any other referral authority that informed these types of decisions. And we did not get a response from G4S. Yes, we've been having differences with G4S in terms of how the contract should be managed, but that's why we have what we call a supervisory committee. It's a committee that is seized with the responsibility of adjudicating these differences. And I've indicated earlier on that where we find that G4S needs to be held accountable, we do that. The step that we have taken today is a drastic step of ensuring that we take over by appointing a temporary manager. What it means is that we as the department are going to be directly involved in the management of the institution with the aim of ensuring that we stabilize it and we rid the institution of the security breaches that have been engulfing it. Well, other measures I've already indicated that they are subject to legal advice because we are dealing with contractual matters here that are highly litigious. The matter of why we took long as the department to pronounce on the results of the investigation is because the investigation itself took long. We were finished with the DNA results and the post-mortem report in the month of October, whilst we were busy doing the investigation. A draft report on the investigation was submitted to the director, contract management, in December, and the final report was only submitted to the Office of the National Commissioner on the 22nd of March 2023. Now, this is one of the reasons why some of these officials have been served with suspension notices, because we have identified that the investigation process was not managed properly. The department went out to inform the public about the conclusion that there has been escape on the 25th of March 2023. So the report was received on the 22nd, and on the 25th we went out to inform the public. Today is the 30th of March. We are here informing the public of the actions that we have taken in implementing the recommendations of the investigation report. So we continue doing the work, and you can actually track the speed at which we are doing this work. It is informed by the type of seriousness of the security incident that we are dealing with. The fact that offender Bester was able to do business and operate his own illegal activities from a correctional facility is the reason why we have taken this step. Because the Act is very clear, our standard operating procedures are very clear. And it's one of those issues that we are going to look into and ensure that it never happens again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of our briefing once more. Thank you for honoring the invitation. I know that someone has asked for a GOAT. A GOAT commissioner is a one-on-one. But I've indicated that there is more work that the commissioner needs to do after this. So with that, colleagues, we have come to the end of our briefing, and other matters we can offline. I can see people raising signals and other things. Colleagues, thanks a lot.
Okay, all right. Mr. Makgothi, I didn't put you on the spot, so they won't follow that one.
Yeah, no, I see.
No, don't.
The notification.